Gemini, happy birthday, guys. This is your birthday month, isn't it? Yeah, happy birthday, my lovelies. Um, so we're doing the readings a little bit different this month. This is the way that I usually do my private month ahead readings that I do for my clients. Um, but I thought, you know what? I'd love to do this for the channel. I know not a lot of people watch now, but I don't really care. I just really do the channel because it's fun and yeah, I like sort of being creative and doing different things. And this gives me a way to do different things besides run the business and that type of thing. So this is the month aheads that I do through my website. And I thought, you know what? This would be really fun to bring onto the channel. It's a mid-month, so we're obviously into the 10th. So I decided, sorry, I had to put this down here because I forgot to put it up here. But yeah, this is mid-month, so it's kind of like going from the sort of 15th. But this reading can also, because I actually sort of laid the cards sort of at the beginning of June, to be fair. So this reading can also kind of be taken account of things that might have happened at the beginning of the month for you, but really technically it's a mid-month reading, okay? But if some of this stuff has already happened for you, then fine. So I want to show you how this is done. This area here, this column, so column 1 is looking at the situation for the month. So this is something you could experience in the month. This card here is what you experience. This is how you react to it, and this is the outcome. This area here is your thoughts. So this is what you're focusing on. This is where your thoughts, your mind is at. This is the reason why, and this is the outcome. This area here is what you're feeling in the month of June, Gemini. This is the reason that you're feeling it, and this is the outcome. This area here in the 4th column is what you're hoping for. The second card is the reason that you're hoping for it, and the outcome is, does this hope come to fruition? This area here, now I noticed that it's the 7 of Swords. I think the 7 of Swords is Aquarius and not Gemini, isn't it? This is what you're fearing. This is the reason why, and this is how you should approach that fear. This is the outcome of the month, so the outgoing situation for the month. This is the reason why, and this is how you should approach the outgoing situation for the month. And overall, the overall advice is the Page of Swords. What's the reason for the overall advice being the Page of Swords? And this is how you make the month of June a good one overall, okay? So we also have what we call Lenormand cards. They're a different sort of divination tool, one that I've been using for a long time. The top one I'm using the romantic Lenormand. So if you're a female, the card in front of you is very directional, is what you need to focus on for this month. And if you're a male, this is what you need to be focusing on for this month. These cards at the sides, the ship, the stork, the clover, and the sun are also Lenormand cards. I think this is the medieval Lenormand that I'm using here, and this is advice, overall advice for the month. We've got we have oracle cards that we're using at the top here, and also quantum oracle here, and I think this is the angel answers here. And we've also, I thought I'd use my tea leaf cards here as well. I think I use, with the death card, I think I use clarifies to see what do you mean by Gemini needs to approach this area with the death card showing there. And this is what it said, okay, as a clarifier. So yeah, hope that all makes sense. Sorry I had to kind of spend 4 minutes explaining the reading, but you've not had one of these before, guys, so I thought it would be a good chance. And as you can see, I photographed it rather than did it live, and the reason why I photographed it is it's a very large spread. So when I'm doing these readings on my website, I used to do them live, and then I realized that because I wanted to add in tons and tons of cards, it was tricky to lay them all down on the table. I have a very big table, but it was still tricky. So I decided to photograph it, which meant that I could record it at any time of the day as well with lighting. So let's make a start then, and let's have a look at your reading. So a situation that you could be facing for the rest of the month, or just for the month of June overall. I know it's a mid-month, but we'll just say overall. overall, what you could be facing is the Eight of Cups you're experiencing. So this could be you're walking away from someone or walking away from a situation, or somebody is walking away from you. Okay, with the Eight of Cups, because the Eight of Cups deals with the concept of walking away, abandonment, and letting go. Okay, so often with the Eight of Cups, we're walking away from things that no longer serve us. We're in search of something better. How do you react to that? You react to that with the Ace of Swords. I feel like somebody is walking away from you with this Eight of Cups, because I feel like your reaction with the Ace of Swords is you are trying to. The Ace of Swords is a card about truth. So you're speaking truth about that. You're saying what's on your mind. You're talking quite honestly. I feel like you don't agree with this, Gemini. I feel like someone is walking away, or you may even feel that somebody is abandoning you here with this Eight of Cups energy. It could be a water sign, doesn't have to be. But I feel that you've got a few choice words to say. I think you're telling this person something. It may not be that somebody's abandoning you. It might just be somebody. I don't think this is you. I feel like this is somebody that you know who's doing this. And I feel like you react to this by kind of speaking your truth and saying, well, you know, if you do this, then this will happen, or I don't think this is right that you're doing this. Do you see what I mean? Because the Ace of Swords, when you approach something with the sensibilities of an Ace of Swords, or you react as an Ace of Swords, you're reacting with a sword in your hand, and what you're doing is you're holding that sword up and you're saying, I'm giving you my point of view. It may also be that how you react is very positively, though, because if you're holding up the Ace of Swords high, you're kind of holding up this sword of truth, and you're saying, I hold the truth, or this is the truth, with the Ace of Swords energy. If this is you walking away from a situation here, Gemini, you may react in a way that if you are challenged on that Eight of Cups, you might be defending yourself with the Ace of Swords. So you'll defend yourself with your words. You'll speak the truth. You'll say, this is the reason why I'm doing this. Okay, so I feel like whether it's somebody who is walking away that you know, or leaving that you know, or if this is you who is abandoning or walking away from something, I think that both times, Gemini, you're reacting with a sense of truth and honesty. You're holding up your sword high, you're brandishing your truth very, very high, and you're saying, this is the reason why. So if I am walking away, Gemini, you're saying, I, Gemini, am doing this Eight of Cups because of this truth, because of this reason. And the reason that I'm walking away is because of the truth. Or it might be because you're reacting with the Ace of Swords. This is how you react. You react with truth. Okay? If it's somebody who's walking away, you may also react in a way that you want the truth. You might ask them, because the Ace of Swords is communication. So you're asking a question and saying, why are you walking away? Why are you leaving? Why are you running? Why are you abandoning? That type of thing. So you might be reacting by asking for the truth. What is the outcome? So the outcome is the judgment energy. So I feel like as an outcome to the situation, I feel like for you, if you're the one that's walking away and you're reacting, brandishing your sword high, and you're holding accountability for, you're speaking your truth and you're saying, this is why I'm doing this. This is the reason why. I feel that you're taking full accountability for it with the judgment energy, because judgment is a card about atonement, accountability. It's a card about a final reckoning. It's a card about making a judgment call. And I feel like if you're saying, I am walking away for these reasons, you're speaking your truth as to why you're letting go of something. I feel like not only are you in the outcome, are you taking on the complete accountability for your actions with the judgment energy showing there for the month. I also feel like with the judgment energy, it might also be that you're being judged with judgment by someone for the truth that you hold here as well. So the outcome could easily also be that you are being judged for walking away for speaking your truth with the Ace of Swords. I feel like if somebody is walking away from a situation and it's not you, and you are the one who is asking them and saying, well, why is this? I want clarity. I feel like with the judgment energy, you'll get that, because judgment resurrects its bodies. So I feel in the outcome, you will get the truth. If you're asking for truth this month as to why somebody is walking away, or going away or whatever the case is, and you react by asking the truth. I want the truth as to why you're doing this. I feel like the outcome will be that you'll get that truth, because judgment is resurrection and release as well as something that's been buried. So I think that you'll get that truth, you'll get that honesty. Let's have a look at what you are thinking about. So you're thinking about Four of Pentacles. Some of you guys, it could be money. Some of you guys, it could be, because Four of Coins deals with the concept of financial security and saving money. So some of you guys, your thoughts might be focused on money, saving money this month, holding on to your assets, to your resources. The Four of Coins could simply just be that your focus is on holding on to something, just holding on to something here, keeping hold of it, taking charge of it. The Four of Coins in its simplest form is simply about holding on to something that you cannot let go of. And usually it's holding on to something that you consider to be of great value, because the coins are all about the value, okay? Material. Sometimes it's material value, sometimes it's just somebody that you value. So let's just say overall, I think that your thoughts are about holding on to something that you value. Now, the reason for that is because of the Nine of Wands. I feel like you're very protective of something with this Nine of Wands energy showing there, because the Nine of Wands is all about being very protective. Remember, this card is about being a guard. So this is about guardianship. This is about, taking ownership with the Nine of Wands, protecting what you have, that type of thing. So I think that some of you guys are really kind of, because you want to protect something that you have, your focus is on, I want to hold on to this thing of value because, this is something that I have to protect. What is the outcome? Well, the outcome, funnily enough, is you. You're Gemini, and this is your card, the Knight of Swords. I think that the outcome is that you have to fight to do this, because the Knight of Swords is fighting. Okay. This card here is very much a card that talks about needing to challenge those who are coming forward. Remember, the Knight of Swords, this is your court card, but also it's a card about defending what you have. Remember, he's a defender of the realm. This is like your police officer, for example, with the Knight of Swords. This is like your bodyguard with the Knight of Swords. So I feel like you are very much going to defend, and anyone that wants to come towards you to take what this is that you want to protect and hold on to, they're going to have a very big fight on their hands, because this is you in all your glory, Gemini, protecting and saying with the Knight of Swords, if you come for what I have, what is mine, because your focus is on keeping what is yours, whether it's money, whether it's something else that is very much of value to you, because with the Nine of Wands energy, and also I think that the focus is on holding on to something here, whether it's money or anything else, that it's something that you obviously consider to be quite valuable to you, Gemini. It's because with the Nine of Wands, not just that you're looking to protect it, but because you've fought for it. You've got the Nine of Wands there. Now, the Nine of Wands also talks about, again, you've got two cards, Nine of Wands and Knight of Swords, that are protectors. These people stand guard at the gate, and this is something that you have fought for and you have battled for, because the Nine of Wands is a battler. This is why it's a warrior. So this is something that you've battled for, that you've fought for, that you've worked hard for such a long time. And I mean a really long time, because the Nine of Wands is just like been waiting and waiting and waiting, standing at the door, guarding this, guarding that. Anyone that comes towards it, it's like, what do you want? Okay, you're not coming in here. Look at her, she's a warrior. So some of you guys are like, you know what? The reason that you're holding so tightly onto this thing is because you've worked hard for it. You've battled for it. You've gone through the hot sun to the cold winters for it, You've been there around the clock. You've been there through thick and thin. You've been through it there through good and bad. And you're not willing to give it up. As simple as that. And so I feel that this month, the outcome will be is that you will fight. And I think that some of you guys might have a fight on your hands, because it may be that there is somebody coming in to take this Four of Pentacles for you, the thing that you've defended and worked hard for all your life. If it's not all your life, it's many, many years, but you're not willing to give that up. You're like, no, hell no. No way. No one is taking what is mine, and I'm going to fight for it, because this is mine, and I'm Gemini. I'm the Knight of Swords. You're not taking this from me. And if I've got to, fight you with words or whatever, let it, then that'll be the case, but you're not taking what is mine from me. How are you feeling? You're feeling the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you're feeling like a change though, with this Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes with the Wheel of Fortune, you can feel up and down. So emotionally, 1 minute you can feel fine, and then the next minute, because the Wheel of Fortune just goes round in circles. You might also feel like you're just going round in circles with something as well. Wheel of Fortune deals with the concept of change, but the Wheel of Fortune is also cyclical, so it can literally be a card that indicates just going round in circles. Just like a world card, for example. Any card that shows you something round can literally be, we're going round in circles here. I, however, feel that your feelings are, I want some form of a change. Now, what's the reason for that? I feel that some of you guys are just being burdened by something. There's a huge burden that you're carrying. Now, the Ten of Wands could be in your work, for example, because the Ten of Wands can be that you're just carrying too much responsibility. You're being weighed down. So some of you guys, I think that you're very, very weighed down this month. And you're just really, really tired and exhausted with this Ten of Wands, and you're just carrying a huge amount of weight. As I've said, it could be you're carrying weight in anything. Wands usually connecting with the idea of work as well, so it might be work that's weighing you down as well. You've just got too many things to do, it could be anything, work, family, being there for friends, just too much responsibility here with the Ten of Wands. What is the outcome of the month? I think the outcome with with the star energy is release and healing. So I feel like whatever weight that you're carrying, some of you guys are feeling like you need a change. Some of you guys, the outcome with the star energy could be that you get some time for rest and respite. This could be anything with the star. This could be you get time to soak it. Look at what she's doing. She's actually pouring water into her bath. So some of you guys, it may be that you get a moment out to just do some self-care with the star energy showing there. You get some time to really kind of relax and take it easy and just have a nice bath and do a little bit of pampering with the star energy showing here as well. So some of you guys might get that time. I certainly feel that whatever burden or whatever heavy load you're carrying here, and the fact that you are feeling like I need a change from this, I feel like with the star energy, it is a major arcana, yes, but it can also be just temporary as well. All major arcanas can show just temporary situations. They don't really have to be just long term. I feel for some of you guys, yeah, you do get some time out where you can get that healing, you can get that respite, you can get that self-care, you can get that pampering. It might be that you have a date night or a night off from looking after the kids, or you get holiday from your job, for example, or you take a holiday, for example, or some of you guys might go to a retreat or go to a lovely spa and just get all of that tension taken out of you, that type of thing. I certainly see some healing here, though, in the month of June. What are you hoping for? Well, the Ace of Pentacles, it could be money for some of you guys. So the hope could literally be around money. The hope could be around a new job with the Ace of Pentacles. The hope could be to find a practical solution or workaround to a difficult situation with the Ace of Pentacles energy. The hope could be that if you've planted seeds in a particular area of your life, that you start to see some tangible results with the Ace of Pentacles in the month of June 2025. And what's the reason for that? I feel like if it's money, some of you guys with the Seven of Wands are battling. You're finding it quite challenging. You're dealing with a challenge here. And that could be anything. I feel like if you've planted seeds in something with the Ace of Coins and you're waiting for a tangible result, it's because you've been facing some challenges. Certainly for some of you guys, it might be financial challenges here, because especially if the hope is for money with the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Wands often deals with the concept of, if you look at the other version of the Seven of Wands on other tarot decks, like the Rider-Waite version of it, where you get that one man standing on this massive hill or mountain, and he is fighting off 6 other people because they're holding 6 wands up to him. That can literally be debt people at the door. That can be your credit card people writing to you. That could be because you owe for the money. The Seven of Wands indicates the idea of having to defend your territory against invaders, basically people who are coming to you for, do you see what I mean, to challenge you and to say, give us this, give us that. Because for me, the Seven of Wands is all hands are being held out, you know. Give me this, give me that, give me the other. So some of you guys, I feel here with the Ace of Pentacles, it could be a money thing that you're hoping for because you're finding some challenges around money. I think if that's not the case, I certainly feel it could be the hope for a new job with the Ace of Pentacles energy. Could be the hope for a new business brings in money, for example, or to set up a new business with the Ace of Pentacles showing there, because you're finding something challenging here, whether it's your job, whether it's money, doesn't matter what it is. Whatever it is that you want here with the Ace of Pentacles, money, job, tangible results, practical solution to a problem, it's because you're facing challenges here. Does this come to fruition? The Death card is a tricky one because you could turn around and say, well, there's a change. But I don't think it does. I don't think whatever this is does come to fruition this month. Because the Death card for me would be a no. Because if we're looking at a yes or a no answer, the Death card is a no. I don't think it does. And I clarified that and I said, well, what do you mean by death? And it gave me the Five of Swords and then the Ten of Cups. Okay. I feel there's setbacks with the Five of Swords energy, but then it does come to fruition with the 10. Because the Ten of Cups would be a happy outcome to a situation, and this would be your setback. So I feel like at the moment, no, it doesn't come to fruition this month. Okay, hence the Death card and the Five of Swords, but it could come to fruition in July or August with the Ten of Cups energy. Or if you wanted more specific timing with a 10, it could be October perhaps with that 10 of Cups. But I don't think, what I mean to say is I don't think it's gonna, this whatever it is you're looking for, I don't think it's coming to fruition this month, but I do think it could come to fruition in maybe July, August time. What are you fearing? Well, you fear the Seven of Swords. I feel that you fear somebody stealing something or taking from you, because the Seven of Swords is theft. If you're fearing the Seven of Swords, you're either fearing somebody who's lying to you, you're fearing somebody who's not telling the truth. It might be an Aquarius individual that you're fearing here, but I don't think that's the case, because what's involved in this is money or something that is yours. I feel that you're fearing something that you have worked hard for with the Nine of Pentacles energy being taken with the Seven of Swords. Because the Seven of Swords is what you're fearing, and the reason for that is because of the Nine of Pentacles. So some of you guys, remember, this can relate to anyone who's watching it. You don't have to be broke. You don't have to be, you might be quite okay with this Nine of Pentacles. You know, you might be fine. You might be financially fine. But I feel like you're fearing somebody coming in and taking money from you, or taking what you've built up, or taking something of value, because the Nine of Pentacles is all about the things that we hold dear to us. It's like a Four of Pentacles in a way, but less kind of possessive. This is more about somebody who has luxury items, or somebody who's got some financial financial independence, or this is somebody who's got sort of, you know, financial surplus. They're not doing too bad, or they've got some form of savings, or they've got an asset. This could also be about your home as well, your personal living space. But I feel like the fear is somebody taking something from you, and the reason for that is because you've got some form of an asset. You've got some money here, perhaps, for some of you guys. You've built something financial here. Maybe you're comfortable in something here with the Nine of Pentacles energy. Maybe there's something that you consider to be of value to you with the Nine of Pentacles, but it's to do with money and value here with the Nine of Pentacles. And it could also be to do with property matters as well with the Nine of Pentacles energy showing there with the Seven of Swords. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles can also be to do with middle age and beauty and your looks and the way that you present yourself. So it might be, perhaps with the Seven of Swords, the fear is of jealousy with the Seven of Swords, because you have something that other people don't. Maybe it's the way that you look, maybe it's the way that you dress, but somebody trying to steal that. Maybe you're afraid of somebody copying this from you, that type of thing. Or I think it's more, though, that the fear is of somebody taking this from you, to be perfectly honest with you. How should you react to this? I feel like you've got to react in a very calm way with the King of Cups energy, because I feel like it's saying that you're not emotionally, because this is not mental sort of, it's not logic. with the King of Cups. It's emotional logic, if that makes any sense. So when you get the King of Cups, this is all about kind of like, how do I feel? And with the King of Cups, this is somebody who's mastering their emotions. So I think you've got to react to this by mastering your emotions over it. There's something here. And I think that this area here, Gemini, really feeds into this area here, if I'm being honest, because you're wanting to protect something here that you are willing to fight for. You've defended it, you've looked after it, you've protected it, you've been with it through thick and thin, with the Nine of Wands, through hot and cold, through rain and sunshine. You've been there with it, and you're kind of like, this is mine. I've protected this. I've been there for it. I've looked after this all along, and I'm telling you something now. No one's taking this from me. I will fight for this. There's something very much that you're fighting for. These are all fighter, especially that Nine of Wands and the Knight of Swords. They're fighter cards. And I think that this area here in your thoughts is very much connected into this area here, where there's a fear about having something that you is of very much of value. Remember when I spoke about the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Coins being very similar in the tone of holding things that are very valuable to you. They could be material objects, they could be physical, people. It doesn't matter what it is. This is your personal value, and you're afraid of having that taken from you. And how you react to that is by mastering your emotions over it, because I feel like there's something that is making you feel like, oh my God, this is going to be taken from me. They can't take this from me. This is what it looks like when I look at the actual spread. It's like, this is going to go. This is going to be taken from me. They can't take this from me. And I feel like if it's telling you how you react to this Seven of Swords, it could also be, though, not just mastering your emotions, but maybe there's something you do need to give. Now, when you get cup energy, cups represent the things that you need to give. Because when you're holding a cup out, you're saying, in this cup, so the cup here is what you hold. So the universe is saying, maybe how you react to this person trying to take whatever it is you hold in the Nine of Pentacles, Gemini, is by giving something. So maybe you need to kind of offer something up. Especially as well, this could feed into this, especially if there's anything to do with debt or owing or something. Maybe you need to make some sort of a gesture here as well. So how you might want to react to somebody wanting to take some of your resources perhaps this month is by offering some form of a gesture as well, with the King of Cups energy showing there, or remaining or mastering your emotions around it. Let's have a look at the final two areas. We have the Magician as the outgoing situation. So the outgoing situation with the Magician, and I know that Gemini, you're associated, I'm sure that you're associated with the Magician, okay? So I feel like the outgoing situation for the month sees you guys as the Magician, manifesting and creating in the month of June. So by the end of June, you should be able to use your intelligence, your communication skills, and your vision to be able to start to manifest the things that you want to manifest, the things that you want to bring to fruition into your life this month, okay? Now, the reason that you're going to be doing that, Scorpio, is because with the Fool energy, you want freedom. That's the reason why we try and create what we do, because with the Fool energy, what we want is a new beginning. We want that freedom. We want to, and especially here, if you're feeling like, I want to change because I'm being weighed down by so many things, in this area here, the reason that you would be manifesting and working on, I mean, for some of you guys, you're being resourceful at the end of the month. You're launching new projects, for example. You might be testing something out with the Magician energy showing there, because he is very similar to Temperance. They're both, what's the word I'm looking for? They're both analysts, and they're both testing things. I can't think of the word I'm looking for at the moment. But here at the outcome of the month, you may be utilizing your skills and, using your skills to create and to manifest the things that you want into being, okay? Because you're using all of the skills. You're using the skills of the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. You're using your emotions. You're using your ideas with the Ace of Swords. You're taking action with the Ace of Wands in order to bring something tangible into tangible reality with the Ace of Pentacles. So you're using all of these skills to bring forth something that you really want, because you want freedom, and you want freedom from the Seven of Wands, and you more than likely want freedom from the Ten of Wands, okay? What is the outcome of that, or how should you approach that? I feel like with the Page of Cups energy, you've got to approach it through the eyes of imagination, because the Page of Cups deals with the concept of being inspired, being creative. There's real potential for new opportunities when this card shows up. So I think that you've got to, how you approach the outgoing situation is that you've got to be very receptive as well, because cups are very receptive. So when you see a cup holding its hand out, it's receptive to something. So I feel like what's got to happen here, Gemini, is that how you approach that magician energy, which is partly your energy because it's connected in with the zodiac sign of Gemini, in which you are using the words that you're speaking, because it's all about communication. You're using your ideas, you're using your skills, your abilities, all of that type of good stuff to manifest your desires. How you approach that is by being very receptive and open to things manifesting, because when you get cups as well, they're open vessels. So it says, and cups represent the heart, so you've got to be open emotionally to whatever it is that you are creating, to this manifesting, because it's going to happen for you, okay? Because some of you guys want this new life. You want this new life to manifest, and if you're putting in the work to happen to get that, you've got to be open to it. That Page of Cups, you've got to imagine it. How you react to this is you've got your imagination. The Page of Cups is a great dreamer, so you've got to approach this through imagination, not just communication. You can speak the words, but if you can't feel it as the Page of Cups, if you can't really see it as the Page of Cups does, then it's probably not going to happen, because you can't see it, you can't feel it. It's just dead words. So you got to feel it, you got to see it, and you got to, you just got to imagine it. Okay, and most of all, you got to be emotionally open to it and receptive to it. Let's have a look finally at the overall advice for the month. Page of Swords. I feel like with the Page of Swords, you've just got to there's a few things here. I think for the month, overall advice is speak your truth, be honest with the Page of Swords. I feel like it's a really important card for doing your research, for asking questions. I certainly feel with this Page of Swords, it's definitely about exploring new ideas and just asserting yourself. Now, it's funny because if you can see here, the Page of Swords is looking over at the ship. And also the reason for that Page of Swords is because of the Three of Wands. And you can see in this card as well, Gemini, that there's a ship here as well. I feel like some of you guys are wanting, the reason for that is there's something connected in with travel, or there's something connected in with exploring your horizons. So I feel like, and there's something connected in with a move as well for some of you guys, okay? So I feel like if the focus is on travel, a move, exploring your horizons, you definitely, I feel for some of you Geminis looking to move out of some form of territory that you're in at the moment. I'm definitely seeing move vibes, because we've got this ship and this Three of Wands, and the Page of Swords is looking over at the ship, and underneath you is the reason for why the advice is the Page of Swords. And again, travel, and there's your ship again, two ships. So there's definitely something alluding to travel, movement, exploration here, and that's why the advice is as it is. I certainly feel that it's not vigilance, but I certainly feel that it's curiosity. I feel like the advice is be curious, do some research, expand your mental capacity for travel, for movement, for change, because both the ship and the Three of Wands, remember the Three of Wands is all about going from land to sea. That's a card about change. And the Lenormand card of the ship, again, is a card about travel, but also a change as well. So definitely needs to be a focus on change by the end of June. And some of you guys, as advice, need to start asking questions maybe around some form of a change, whether it's a physical change or, whether it's a change of job or something like that. I certainly feel there might be something travel here. But if you're looking at traveling, do your research, okay? Ask questions and do some research in great detail, whatever that change is. How do you make the month of June a good one, Gemini? I feel that you've just got to stay grounded with this Knight of Pentacles. I feel like around certain situations you have to kind of take a little bit of a conservative approach. I feel like around this situation, around the month, you need to, with the Knight of Pentacles, focus on working hard and focus on being diplomatic, focus on taking a slow, methodical approach to certain areas. I feel you've got to be sensible this month. You've got to be responsible this month. You've got to be practical this month with the Knight of Pentacles. You've got to stay steady. You've got to stay, like grounded. And I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, you've really just got to work hard this month, okay? Focus on working hard too. And also, I would say focus on long-term goals, especially here if the focus is on travel, maybe, perhaps with the Knight of Pentacles, how you make this a good month around those areas as well is simply by being sensible and taking a conservative approach. So this could be anything. These cards can allude to business as well, international business. This could be don't look at get rich quick schemes and look at kind of, slow, methodical, always wins the day, that type of thing. Okay, let's quickly now look at these readings on my website. Usually take around 35 to 40 minutes to do, so this is why this takes that long, because I'm quite thorough on them. Right, let's have a look then at the advice. The four corners. We have stork, we have ship, we have clover, and we've got the sun. I certainly feel that the advice overall this month, Geminis, is that there is there's something new beginning, like there's a new journey beginning here. And I feel that that journey is going to bring a lot of happiness and joy. Some of you guys, it might be that the advice is go away, go and take a trip, go, take a break. If you can afford it, go on holiday to somewhere nice and hot with that sun energy, somewhere with the clover that you can have a lot of fun. It may be that this month the advice is there's an opportunity with the clover coming to you, and that opportunity, there's a very positive opportunity that's coming to you that's going to bring change and it's going to bring movement towards you guys with these cards here. I certainly feel, again, there could be an opportunity for some overseas travel. I also feel that the advice is that there could be a really amazing achievement or opportunity that brings change, and in that change there is progress. So that's going to help you progress with this ship energy towards the change with the stork energy. So I feel like the advice this month is really, really uplifting for you guys. What is it you need to focus on this month? If you're a woman watching this reading, you need to focus on the heart. So I certainly feel, Gemini, you need to focus on nurturing the relationships that are really important to you. I feel like you need to focus on your emotional well-being, Gemini, this month in June. I feel that you need to focus on things that bring you happiness and fulfillment and contentment this month. I feel like you need to focus on putting your heart into projects that you really care about. I feel like you need to focus on loved ones, people that you really care about, and just focus on things that you're really passionate about. I feel like if you're a man watching this reading, you're looking towards the house, so you need to focus on your family. Your family is really, really important. The house for me is also a card about privacy, so perhaps you want to focus on keeping your dirty linen inside, keeping things private, okay, within the four walls of your home. Some of you guys need to focus on, if you're a man, staying grounded. Okay, maybe you need to focus on doing things around the house, as kind of, simple as that sounds. It could be because it's the house card. There's a need, I think, for any man watching this to focus on building strong foundations for yourself. Because the house is so private and inward, this reminds me sort of boundaries as well. So there might be a need to focus on boundaries or setting healthy boundaries around yourself and around others as well. Let's have a look at, I've got my book on the side here because we're going to go to the Quantum Oracle. So these two cards showed up for you. You've got the Consciousness card, Happy Success, and the Stuck Energy, which is reversed. That looks pretty good to me. So let's go to the Consciousness area. I really need to start tabbing this book so I know where I can find stuff. So let's go to, hang on, just trying to find the energy area. Okay, so found it. We've got Happy Success. So for this area here, Gemini, the message for the month is a wish is fulfilled. All right. So let's just get the right place. Happiness is a choice, as is the consciousness of success. When you live in these mental attitudes, it's only a matter of time before you too are showered with the blessings you desire. Okay, this card marks a time of great joy and abundance for you. This may be in the form of expanding wealth, love, or business achievement. The promise here is that the wish you've been dreaming about is coming your way. So open up to the result, to the success in your heart, and to the happiness already in your life, and get ready for much more to come. And I really feel that that card there, Gemini, really is in league with these cards here, where if your focus at the end of the month is on manifesting through communication, through visualization, in a nutshell, because you're wanting freedom, you're wanting to let go of the baggage of the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. I feel that, how you do this, or how you should approach this, is by being emotionally open, receptive, and using your imagination and being creative with this Page of Cups. And that's exactly what it is. Once you're open to this, you can manifest all sorts of things. The other card is Stuck Energy Reverse, which I actually think is good. So when the Stuck Energy card is reversed, rejoice. The situation that's been keeping you feeling trapped is starting to shift. Either the situation itself will free you, or you will finally find the power to free yourself. And if this card falls near the transformation card, it harkens a total change in the way that you perceive and deal with your life. This is a dynamic time for you. There may be a big upheaval with some major details to work out. Make sure you release any doubts that come up. Approach the necessary changes joyously and with confidence and optimism in your heart. The outer circumstances release their hold when you choose to honor your own happiness and intentions. The sun has risen in your life, drying up the mud and allowing you to walk away in any direction that you choose. Fantastic. The other advice through the angels, I think this is the Angel Answers deck. The advice here for the month is from the angels: get more information before you reconsider. So if there's something that you're looking to reconsider this month, Gemini, get more information before you do that. And then finally, we're going to look at the tea leaf cards. I love using these. So the first one is Teardrops. So there could be some personal sorrow. It says great personal sorrow here. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goal. And then we've got light-hearted, carefree time. So I'm reading those together. I would say that there may be some personal sadness here for you this month, but I feel like if you increase your efforts, okay, you'll achieve your goals and you'll have a very light-hearted and carefree time as a result of that. Okay, that is your reading for mid-month June, or you could call it June overall. We're only on the 10th, but I thought, these were really meant to be mid-months, but we know that you can also experience a lot of this sort of from the start of the month as well. So yeah, just enjoy your June, and I'm going to be working on the July ones. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment below if you can, and a thumbs up and that type, all that good thing. But it's always good to know what you think of the readings and whether you like this kind of concept for a reading. I certainly enjoy it. It just takes less... It's less pressure on me then if I prepare the readings. I always prepare at the beginning of the month anyway, but if I am able to do a massive spread like this without having to kind of tussle with a table to do them on. So yeah, tell me if you like this way of doing it, and what else you'd like to see on the channel. All right, take care, my lovelies. Take care now. Bye bye.